All right, guys, we're live. So check this out. So the event's about to start in 4 minutes. So yeah, I just thought it'd be kind of fun for us to share this experience together. Yeah, looks like we got 3 people in the room. I think 2 of them are me. So, I had to do some finagling to get my computer in the shot. So maybe we'll do a little bit more. I think we're going to stick to about there. But I'm super excited, guys. So there is hopefully potentially a new drone. The Mavic 2 is supposed to be announced. And yeah, so I'm super excited about that. And this event was supposed to be a month or 2 ago, and they decided to pull the cord at the last minute because Parrot brought their drone out. And when Parrot announced the Anafi, they announced it and launched it the same day, sent it out the same day when they said it was. They sent it out exactly when they said it. They were going to send it out, and it was in Best Buy within a week. So hopefully DJI will follow suit, announce the drone, and then put it in our hands next week. We'll see. The first time they announced the DJI Mavic Pro, I pre-ordered mine, and then it took 2 months to get to me. And they kept saying, well, you'll have it, we'll ship in 30 days. And then they were like, oh, we're sorry, there's a huge demand. And so anyway, there's a lot going on. But I'm super excited about this event, guys. And I don't care if anybody shows up. To be honest, it's not going to hurt my feelings. But yeah. We're going to throw some chats up in there so I don't look that lonely, even though they're all me. And so I've taken the day to work at home. And the whole reason I'm working from home today is so that I could take my lunch break and we could do this. By the way, I got to tell my colleagues that I'm at lunch so they don't jabber me like crazy. All right. And busy. Computer's on mute. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know if the audio is too loud. I feel like it's peaking out a lot. But one of the last... Oh, something's happening, guys.
For more than a decade, we've taken the...
It's freaking out. Oh, we got the event, guys. So that's pretty awesome. So if I was a cooler YouTuber, and if more of you would subscribe to me, and I'd get more ad revenue and all that kind of stuff, I'd be sitting in one of those white chairs, maybe that black chair right there. But I'm just a country boy from Nashville, Tennessee that likes to fly drones, and I almost got 2,000 subscribers. So hopefully we'll have 2,000 subscribers the next month or 2. But yeah, guys, we are live. And I don't know if there's supposed to be audio or not. I don't hear any audio. But yeah, let me know what you guys... Looks like I've got a bad stream on my other computer. And I might turn that off just because I don't want to chew up too much internet. But I should have a pretty good internet connection today. But there was audio in the other video. And if you guys want to see what's going on in the event, This is what's happening in the event right now. I also want to apologize to you guys. I have a really bad cold. So I might, I might be hacking up in the middle of this feed. So I apologize for that. But it looks like I saw Billy Kyle in there. So that's pretty awesome. Probably a lot of people that I chat with on Ken Heron's live chat are in here. Yeah, I'm surprised there's not audio. All right, we're unmuted, so we've got that going on. So who wants to look at me again? Let's go back to me. What's up, guys? And I don't know, this might be the only time I ever do this, but I'm super excited about this drone coming out. And I don't know if I'm going to buy it or not, because it seems like every time I buy a DJI drone, it's just a little bit better than it was. And if it's just a tiny step up, then I might take the money. I have the money today to buy it if I want to. But I also want to get the Unique Typhoon H+. So since I like to put things on drones and put them up in the air, the Unique Typhoon H+ so far is the best drone out there to do that, because you can remove the camera. So if you can remove this camera, then it might be pretty cool. But yeah, this dude right here keeps waving at the camera. Oh, you can't even see him. Sorry, guys. But yeah, all of my followers are probably watching this. But yeah, so the current DJI drones in my fleet right now are I've got the DJI Spark, and I've got the DJI Mavic Air. Oh, Daniela, what's up, girl? Daniela's on the line. I don't even have my window up. I can't even chat with her. So, and I don't know how copyright works whenever you have a video on your computer on YouTube. So full disclosure, I am broadcasting the DJI event, but this is not my content. So there might be a copyright strike, and if there is a copyright strike, then I'm going to take this video off. But I'm basically just watching a live event with you guys. And I'm going to put it, whenever there's anything cool to see, I'm going to put it up on the screen, but for the most part, it's just going to be me with this stuff on the screen. So, haven't chatted with you in a long time, Daniela. How are things going? I've been watching some of your Veer videos. But are you excited about the new drone, Daniela? Possibly 2 drones? Someone even said like the Spark 2 might come out today, which would be cool. I love my DJI Spark, and if my DJI Spark could do 4K, that would be an awesome, because my Spark fits in my briefcase that I take to work, so that would be awesome. Alright, Danielle's going to change to her PC. It's pretty cool. So what do you guys think this screen means? It says see the bigger picture, and it looks like everything is like going out and going in, and I kind of feel like that's just the zoom dolly, kind of like the zoom dolly effect that Parrot came out with last month. Yeah, I feel like that's what that is, but we'll see what happens. So the rumors are there's a zoom camera coming out, and oh, here we go, guys. Oh yeah.
Good morning, and welcome to everyone in the room and to the thousands of viewers that are joining us from around the world online today.
Only 1,000?
It's early out there for those of you who are on the West Coast, and it's a very late night for those of you joining us from across the Pacific, but we are so thankful that you're here with us today. I'm Michael Oldenburg, Product Communication Lead here at DJI, and today we're going to talk about some incredible new products. In fact, some of you may have already seen a few images of these products. You might even know some of the features and the specs, but I can tell you that they don't compare to what you're about to see today.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures already.
We believe that these products are going to inspire your creativity and open a whole new world of possibilities for drone technology, because that's what DJI is all about.
Oh yeah.
Since our beginning 12 years ago, our mission has been to create aerial and handheld imaging technology that allows anyone to capture amazing images that were never possible before. And we make this groundbreaking technology accessible to anyone because it can do more than just take photos and videos.
Ooh, I hope they
Like
combine the
of
Osmo
K2,
Plus
the second highest mountain
and the
summit
Mavic
in the
Pro.
world. It was shot last month by mountaineer and drone pilot Bartek Bargil with the DJI Mavic Pro. This
Wow, it's a nice
image is
picture.
absolutely incredible because it's shot at an altitude of 26,700 feet.
Wow, I didn't
where
know
most
drones could
humans
fly that
have
high.
never been before. And it's well over the 16,000 foot altitude that Mavic Pro was designed to fly. While this image was making headlines around the world for its jaw-dropping perspective, another story was already developing. Another climber named Rick Allen had gone missing during a solo attempt to set a new route on nearby Broad Peak. Unable to find him, his fellow climbers thought he had died. But in fact, Rick had survived a 100-foot fall and spent nearly 36 hours hanging on to the side of the mountain, waiting and hoping to be rescued. Having just flown his Mavic to capture that image of K2, Bartek heard about Rick and used his DJI Mavic Pro to help find him. Here you can see footage from the drone as it approached the area where they thought Rick might be. The live view confirmed that Rick was alive, and the GPS coordinates from the drone helped emergency teams determine his exact location to plan a daring mountain rescue.
Wow, that's pretty amazing,
Now,
guys.
I'm happy to tell you that Rick survived, suffering not much more than a few cuts and a little bit of frostbite. And as amazing as it is, Rick's story of a drone being used to help save his life is not unique. In fact, we've been keeping track of how many people have been rescued with the help of a drone. We're at 144, with more being added every month. It's stories like these that fuel our passion for innovation, that push our teams to the limit when designing new drone technology. We've pushed relentlessly to create products that are easy to use, portable enough to go with you almost anywhere, and powerful enough to capture epic moments in stunning detail. That's why DJI drones and the Mavic Pro in particular have become essential tools alongside DSLR cameras in the gear bags of many of today's top content creators, including photographers, videographers, and journalists. And we're excited that you've joined us today to see the bigger picture. It was almost 2 years ago that we introduced Mavic Pro to the world as the world's first foldable camera drone. Its revolutionary design made it so small and portable that you could slip it into a camera bag and take it with you almost anywhere. And its powerful camera captured impressive photos and videos like these. Mavic Pro proved that, like the camera on your cell phone, the best flying camera is simply the one you can take everywhere. and it quickly became the world's #1 selling drone. But there's a funny thing about Mavic Pro. As the rest of the world was exploring all of the new creative possibilities that it created, our engineering team was already hard at work, thinking about how we could make it better. During this process, we asked content creators what they wanted most. A more versatile camera that broadens the variety of creative shots that can be captured.
Word. Better camera.
Flight performance to fly faster and longer. And an improved obstacle sensing system to let you focus more on capturing the perfect shot. Our R&D team went back to the drawing board, reviewing every element of Mavic Pro. It took us
obstacle
over 2
avoidance
years,
that doesn't get in the way.
and along
That's
the
what I
way,
want.
we invested over half of our R&D team into the process. The ask was simple: improve everything about Mavic Pro.
Ooh, I
Make
like
it
the look of
fly
that.
better, faster, quieter. Make the camera do more, from the performance of the sensor to how it flies through the air. Enhance what you love about the original Mavic, and add new features that unleash more creativity. And to make this drone live up to the Mavic name as the ultimate drone for creators who want to capture something incredible using a tool they can fit in their bags. The Mavic Pro set a high standard for us, and in its next iteration, I believe we've created something truly special. Let's take a look.
Here we go, guys. Hasselblad. Nice. There they are, the zoom and the whatever. It looks taller.
This is the DJI Mavic 2 series. They come with your choice of 2 camera options, and they're the most technologically advanced consumer drones we've ever made. And they're optimized in every way to help you create stunning aerial photos and videos.
All right, let's see what they can do.
When we reimagined our flagship drone, we started with the camera and the gimbal because we noticed 2 things. First, like the image behind me, the majority of aerial content is shot at dawn and dusk when lighting is most dramatic.
Ooh,
This
better
meant
low
that
light.
the camera needed to be able to capture dynamic, often dimly lit scenes with more precision. And second, we noticed that the vast majority of aerial content today focuses on broad establishing shots like landscapes. To go beyond landscapes, you need a camera that's capable of emphasizing a specific subject.
Please be 180
To
degrees.
address the first challenge, we created a more powerful camera.
The Hasselblad.
One with a sensor that gives superior performance across a variety of lighting conditions. Creating something this small that could fly on the airframe the size of Mavic 2 was an incredible design challenge. And to overcome it, we formed a very close partnership with one of the world's most respected camera manufacturers. We call this new drone Mavic 2 Pro. Mavic 2 Pro is the world's first drone with an integrated Hasselblad camera. And we're excited to have senior executives from Hasselblad here with us today. So thank you, John Dio.
That's what we want, a better
and
camera,
Diane
guys.
DiVincenzo, for joining us for this historic moment in aerial imaging technology.
There's plenty of drones out there
You
that can
won't
fly
find another
around,
drone of
but the
this
camera
size
is
that
where
shoots
you
higher
want to put
quality
your money.
images. It has a 1-inch CMOS sensor that delivers
1-inch
detailed
sensor.
20 megapixel photos with an adjustable aperture right from the track wheel on the remote from f2.8 to 11.
Nice.
It gives you the flexibility to capture great images in bright or dim lighting conditions so that you can shoot all day, especially at sunrise and sunset. It captures ultra high definition 4K video and produces outstanding image quality with higher color depth, dynamic range, and resolution than any Mavic before it. And because it's a Hasselblad, you have access to their advanced color science. That means that you have access to the Hasselblad natural color solution for improved color and tonality in your photos.
Wow, that's beautiful.
For cinematographers, Mavic 2 Pro gives you an exceptional degree of latitude in post-production. It captures 10-bit D-Log M video with 4 times as many levels of color per channel when compared to the 8-bit video found on Mavic Pro, giving you more flexibility in post without degrading the image.
10-bit D-Log.
It also captures HDR video and supports the hybrid log gamma HDR standard, letting you play video straight from the drone onto a compatible HLG monitor with higher dynamic range and better color performance without spending time on post-production grading.
Nice.
To solve the second challenge of moving beyond these establishing shots, we created a camera that allowed you to get close to the action. Because you need to be able to fly low, to fly close, and at the same time, not disturb the subject. This is a challenge for any drone. And like a professional photographer who pulls out a long focus lens when they can't get close enough to the subject, now, so does your DJI drone. We call this new drone Mavic 2 Zoom. It's the world's first foldable consumer drone with optical zoom. With an equivalent 24 to 48
Panasonic is a foldable drone
zoom,
with optical zoom.
plus 2 times digital zoom. It gives you an effective 96mm telephoto lens.
So they wrote that
with
before the
4K
Anafi was
lossless zoom
announced,
at full
and they didn't edit that.
HD video resolution. And its 1/2.3 sensor captures 4K video and 12 megapixel photos. The result is that we have an entirely new tool for storytelling, one that allows you to create things that capture a subject from a safe distance. With zoom, you can not only emphasize the subject, but also compose a classic image, one with a clear subject in front of a vast background like this one, with compression. This means the difference between a flat-looking aerial shot you've seen 1,000 times and being able to create using the cinematic language of Hollywood productions.
That's cool.
Now for photographers, Mavic 2 Zoom lets you capture stunning landscapes, like this photo with a new feature we call Super Resolution. Super Resolution automatically captures a gigantic 48 megapixel image of what you see in your 24mm field of view. Using optical zoom, it shoots and stitches 9 photos together for an incredibly detailed image.
That's awesome.
All of the image processing and computational photography is done right on board the drone, so you don't have to spend time editing and stitching your photos at home.
Nice.
Across the Mavic 2 series, we've boosted their abilities to capture video as well. Each has a maximum bitrate of 100 megabits per second and can shoot using the new H.265 codec, meaning videos shot on Mavic 2 give you more flexibility and latitude in your post-production workflows. And your photos are going to stand out too, with Mavic 2's new enhanced dynamic range capabilities. Using eHDR, the drone takes a series of photos at different exposure levels, generating an image with high dynamic range that removes blown-out highlights and flash shadows. It delivers an incredible 13 stops of dynamic range for Mavic 2 Zoom and 14 stops for Mavic 2 Pro. And here, the results are absolutely stunning. This new feature is going to give you more ways to use Mavic 2 to capture professional quality images across a broad spectrum of lighting conditions. We couldn't be more proud of these 2 new cameras, because with Mavic 2 Zoom, we think having optical zoom at your fingertips is going to be a game changer, opening up new genres of aerial content. And Mavic 2 Pro's Hasselblad camera gives you the imaging power to create with more detail across a wider variety of lighting conditions than ever before. Back in 2012,
it's interesting.
When flying a camera was a new technique, the unique perspective a drone provided worked like a magic wand. Aerial images would automatically get a wow from anyone who saw them.
Did you hear that?
6 years later, with millions of camera drones out there and hours of aerial content created every day, it's much more difficult to impress.
Yep, I agree.
Content creators told us they want more magic. They want freedom, just like the Freedom Phantom offered, to move a camera anywhere in 3-dimensional space. So we asked ourselves, what could we do? What more could we offer?
All
and we
pass.
decided on the 4th dimension of time with a new feature called hyperlapse. Hyperlapse is a technique that for a long time only professionals could master. It requires movement of the camera with expensive equipment such as tracks and pods, and frequently you're creating a shot that moves just a few feet. But with the help of a new algorithm and a more powerful onboard processor, Mavic 2 can capture aerial hyperlapses with a track length of not feet but kilometers. and it processes the images into video literally on the fly. This feature is based on Mavic 2's ability to self-locate, estimate its attitude, and precisely track subjects. It's a big technological achievement and a huge creative achievement as well, because now producing a professional quality aerial hyperlapse is as easy as just one tap. We've created 4 hyperlapse modes, so you have creative freedom to capture the shot that's just the right look. Free, circle, course lock, and waypoint. With free mode, you have complete freedom to fly as you'd like. With circle, the drone automatically flies in a circular pattern around a subject you select to create a video that captures the action. And course lock keeps the camera fixed on your subject while the drone flies in a straight path to create a unique perspective. With waypoint, you can plan a flight path based on GPS coordinates and altitude to capture something incredibly complex, shots like this one. And for all of these modes, we're working to introduce a task library function that saves the flight plan for future shots, letting you create even more unique content like that dramatic blending of day to night.
That's awesome.
Or this hyperlapse.
Please add flight plan to your drone, and then I won't even fly the Panasonic ever again.
Without any color grading or editing. This visual effect that was once reserved for professionals now belongs to everyone. Our next feature is a truly exciting addition to the full suite of quickshot modes that DJI offers. For new content creators with limited drone flying experience, quickshots help you easily create smooth, powerful, cinematic camera moves. Just one tap sends the drone on a pre-programmed flight path while the drone automatically tracks the subject along the way. We've kept your favorites from Spark and Mavic Air, including Droney, Circle, Helix, Rocket, Boomerang, and Asteroid. And we've added one more.
Ooh,
this new quick shot is amazing, and we created it specifically for Mavic 2 Zoom. You've seen it on
you
the
don't
big
get it with the other
screens,
drones.
directed by
Awesome.
some of the most iconic names in Hollywood.
That's frustrating when they do
Alfred
that.
Hitchcock, Steven Spielberg, and Martin Scorsese. It's an effect that's been
Dolly
used in
shot.
the film industry for over 60 years, but it's been limited to those with access to professional camera gear. It's my favorite quick shot yet, and it's called Dolly Zoom. Dolly Zoom lets you bring an otherworldly warped perspective to your storytelling. With just one tap, the drone zooms in as it flies backward, keeping the subject the same size while the full background of the scene is revealed. It adds suspense and drama to any story. With Dolly Zoom, Mavic 2 now has 7 quick shots to choose from, and we think you're going to love having all of them available at your fingertips. At the core of our intelligent features like hyperlapse and quick shots is our Active Track technology. Active Track uses complex algorithms, machine learning, computer vision, and artificial intelligence to identify and automatically follow a subject. And with Mavic 2, we gave Active Track even more power. Unlike Mavic Pro, which could only see tracked objects in 2 dimensions, Mavic 2 uses all 3 forward-facing cameras to see what's in front of it and create a 3D map. New trajectory algorithms analyze motion and predict your subject's paths up to 3 seconds in the future, so your subject stays in the frame even if it momentarily goes behind an object like a tree. And it can keep pace with
That's cool, but that's a horrible video.
Now,
you know?
Active Track can track subject moving as fast as the drone can fly, making this car chase possible to film entirely using Active Track.
Well, that's pretty cool.
We created these
But still,
intelligent
the
features
car's
on
out of the
Mavic
shot.
2 to help you broaden your creative language for visual storytelling.
You see where
Whether
they
you're
stopped the
using
video right
hyperlapse
there?
to capture the passing of
Because
time,
the car was out of the
quick
shot
shots
at that
to
point.
help you capture a cinematic effect, or using Active Track to keep your camera locked on the subject. It serves a larger goal. It's the goal we set for everything we did with Mavic 2, and that's giving you the tools and the confidence to make your creative vision a reality. When we asked photographers what they wanted most from a drone other than a new camera and more intelligent features, the simple answer was, make it as close to a DSLR as you possibly can. That is, to allow them to focus on
Interchangeable
composing the
lenses.
shot without worrying like things.
I don't know
like
why they
battery
didn't make
power,
one drone
range
with
time,
a removable camera
obstacle collisions.
that you could swap
And they
out.
have a sharp and reliable preview of the shot just like the DSLR in their hand. I have to admit, this is a challenge for our R&D team. Along the journey in creating Mavic 2, countless prototypes were made and evaluated. The result is a new drone that's been optimized in every way. It flies longer, faster, and quieter, all in the same shape as the Mavic's iconic folding design.
Iconic.
Like Mavic Pro, it's almost the same size as a water bottle, letting you slip it in your backpack or camera bag to take it anywhere. Its redesigned, more aerodynamic airframe reduces body drag by up to 19% compared to Mavic Pro. The propellers have a raked wingtip design that improves efficiency and reduces noise, and we've added more powerful motors. They're some of the quietest we've ever created. Advanced electronic speed controllers use sine wave current to create maximum torque with minimal noise. This is a huge advancement for drone technology, and these innovations make Mavic 2 one of the quietest, most power-efficient drones of its size. These innovations deliver a record-breaking flight time of up to 31 minutes. Every single minute is one more minute for you to carefully compose your image or fly your path again for better timing. And because Mavic 2 is significantly quieter, you can get closer to your subject like this polar bear without causing a disturbance. This means you can also fly at
caused
speeds
an
up to 44 miles an hour, helping you push through a strong
That polar bear
headwind
didn't want to be
or keep
filmed.
up with
You
the
can tell that.
fast-moving action scene. In addition to faster, more efficient performance, Mavic 2 gives you the highest quality live view of any DJI drone. To do it, we created a brand new transmission system called OcuSync 2.0. It switches automatically between 2.4 and 5.8 gigahertz frequencies to give you better interference resistance. And we've optimized performance by separating the uplink and downlink signals. And now they work on different frequencies, making this the most reliable transmission system we've ever developed. And even here, Mavic 2 offers important new improvements for visual creators. The live view image displays at full 1080p resolution at distances of up. But it's not really about the distance. The stronger system means that the drone can maintain a strong link even when its environment is jammed by Wi-Fi and other electronic devices. Original resolution photos are also saved directly to your mobile device, letting you immediately share what you create without the extra step of transferring files from the drone or fussing with an SD card. And just like Mavic Air, the days of forgetting to put your SD card in the drone, or worse, leaving it at home, are a thing of the past. Mavic 2 has 8 gigabytes of onboard storage with additional capacity using a removable SD card. As with all DJI drones, you have total control over how you store and manage your data using our secure products. These design improvements and the new OcuSync 2.0 transmission system make Mavic 2 one of the fastest, quietest, and most reliable drones we've ever created, giving you confidence you'll be able to get the shot when it matters most. But the performance improvements of Mavic 2 don't stop there. It's also our smartest and safest drone yet. Its flight autonomy system has the most cameras and sensors we've ever created and built into a drone. Mavic 2 has stereo vision obstacle sensing in the front, bottom, and back, and a time of flight sensor on the top will help it from ascending into an object above. While using Active Track, a pair of brand new side obstacle avoidance sensors are engaged, increasing the drone's ability to sense its environment in more directions. These side obstacle sensors are also engaged in tripod mode. Together, the 10 sensors on Mavic 2 feed its flight autonomy system an unprecedented level of data that's processed in real time to better sense the environment around it. Now,
So all the
with longer
sensors are pointing
downfield
down.
Front and rear sensors, we've also been able to improve Mavic 2's advanced pilot assistance system, a feature first introduced on Mavic Air. APAS uses its onboard sensors to automatically pilot the drone around obstacles so you don't lose the shot.
Okay, so there's
With
one on
better
top.
sensors and algorithms, it can plot several possible paths around an object for smoother flight performance. This powerful combination of sensors and tracking technology deliver autonomous flight capabilities that give you an entirely new way to approach your shots with even more confidence in complex terrain. And at the end of your flight, when it comes time to land, our vision positioning system now includes a downward-facing LED light that turns on automatically to illuminate the landing area. This ensures high-precision landings, even in low-light situations.
That's a good idea.
Mavic 2
put a light
will
bulb
also
on it.
leverage our Geo system, a technology that DJI pioneered to educate pilots about their flight environment. Using Geo, pilots receive location-based notifications about where flight is limited due to regulations or safety concerns, and to automatically help keep drones away from sensitive locations like airports. In addition, our Geo system incorporates critical updates on temporary flight restrictions, such as where wildfires are happening. From takeoff to landing, Mavic 2 is the safest and smartest DJI drone you can get. Simply put, the Mavic 2 series with its Pro and Zoom editions are the best aerial imaging products we've ever created in the consumer drone category. They're a marvel of modern engineering.
Why didn't they make the cameras
In the coming
swappable?
weeks, you're going to see
I don't get that.
breathtaking images and videos captured by Mavic 2 that would not have been possible without all of the creative technology that we've packed into them. Even better, you are going to create those images and videos. Mavic 2 Zoom and Mavic 2 Pro will give you new
I feel like the
ways to
Zoom
capture
was an
inspiring
afterthought
photos and
whenever the
videos with your
Paradigm
brand new
came out.
cameras. They make creating sophisticated cinematic
I feel that's why
content
there's two drones.
easy with intelligent flight modes like hyperlapse, dolly zoom, and active track. And with OcuSync 2.0 plus 11 cameras and sensors helping the drone map and sense its environment, it's the safest and smartest drone we've ever created. Now, to tell you more about his real-world experience using it, I'd like to invite up one of the world's most renowned adventure photographers and videographers. He's a professional climber, mountaineer, and skier, and he just spent a couple of weeks in Greenland putting Mavic 2 to the test. Please join me in welcoming Jimmy Chin to the stage. Jimmy?
Good job. Hi, good morning. Thank you, Michael. It is a great pleasure and honor to be here, talk about the new Mavic 2. I was one of the few very lucky people to get to field test this piece of equipment. So today I was going to talk a little bit about my background as a professional climber, skier, photographer, and filmmaker, and also share some of my thoughts about the Mavic 2 from an end user's point of view. So I grew up in Mankato, Minnesota, which is not exactly a hotbed for high-altitude alpinists. First-generation Chinese. My parents were from China. They had very simple expectations for me. You can be a doctor, a lawyer, or go into finance, you know. So when I moved to Yosemite and became a climbing bum and lived out of my car for 7 years, they were mortified. And I would call my sister and say, hey, how are mom and dad doing? And she would say, mom just keeps repeating, I raised a homeless man. But since that time, I spent the last 20 years exploring the world, putting together kind of cutting edge expeditions, really to all 7 continents. And I started shooting, and here's some photos from an expedition where we skied Everest. I wish I had a drone at that time. I didn't. What I have been doing as a photographer and a filmmaker really spans the whole spectrum. I think I might be the ultimate end user for this Mavic 2 because, you know, I've been shooting for the Geographic for 15 years, editorial, the Times Magazine, Vanity Fair, all the way to commercial clients like the North Face and Apple and so on and so forth. As a filmmaker, I work on nonfiction documentary to branded content to big budget commercials for Chase Bank. So really, the work that I do spans a lot of space. I would say I'm really a visual storyteller, and a big part of my job is to bring a new perspective, whether that's visually or narratively. A few years ago...
Alright guys, so I wanted to talk to you about something. There's this... Right now there's a guy talking about his story about how he used a drone on a mountain. But I wanted to go over the prices for you guys. So the Mavic 2 Pro... Let me turn him down a little bit. So the Mavic 2 Pro is $1,449, so $1,449. And it looks like it comes with the controller, one battery, some extra props, so kind of the standard. And then the Mavic 2 Zoom is $1,249. So the Pro is $200 more than the Mavic 2 Pro. And what's frustrating to me is I want both of them. Like, I want a good camera with a 1-inch CMOS sensor, because the sensor on the Mavic 2 Zoom is the same sensor it's got now. It's like a 1/2.3 sensor. It's got 2 times optical zoom. I already got that on the Panasonic. So the only thing that really looks better to me on the Mavic 2 Zoom than the Panasonic already offers me is the fact that it can fly through a woods. You know, it's got the obstacle avoidance, and DJI definitely has the APAS system down. So I think that's pretty important. But everything else the Panasonic can already do. And with the in-app purchases, I think the Panasonic can still do everything this drone does. So if you already have a DJI Mavic Air, then I wouldn't get the Mavic 2 Zoom. I would probably get the Pro. But do I want to spend $1,449 on a drone just because it has a 1-inch sensor on it? I feel like I'm going to take my money and put it towards the Unique Typhoon H Plus, because it does about the same thing. It's a lot bigger, but if I'm at a professional shoot, I don't have to have a tiny dinky drone with me. Okay? If I'm recording real estate or something like that, I can pull a big fat drone out of the back of my Jeep and set it up and fly it around and get some amazing shots. I don't need anything to fly through the woods. I don't need anything that's going to be in my backpack while I'm climbing Mount Everest. I'm a fat boy in his 40s, and I don't need to do any of that. So the Mavic 2 Pro is, to me, not much of an improvement. Now the APAS 2.0 or whatever they called it, I think will be pretty awesome. And I'd like to see it. And it might not be a bad idea to sell my Mavic Air and then get this Mavic 2 Pro. But I don't know that I need it, guys. I don't know that I need it. I might hang on to the Panasonic for a little while, or I might sell it and get the Mavic 2 Pro. I definitely think the Mavic 2 Pro is a better drone than the Panasonic, but it's also twice the price. So if you need something that records 4K video in HDR, that has dolly shot, that has a zoom camera, Paradenofi might be a better choice because it's way cheaper. And there's a lot of people out there that compare drones, you know, compare the Paradenofi to the Mavics. But, I mean, seriously, guys, it's your money. And you could get, let's see what, I'm sorry, I'm looking up the price right now. And I know I'm going to get some haters on here saying, why are you comparing the Paradenofi to the glorious DJI Mavic? But, I mean, guys,
I was once told that there's two great risks in life.
they're still talking about stuff. So the Paradenofi is $699. $699. That's it. You could buy two. So it's $700. You can buy two Paradenofis for the price of one Mavic 2 Pro. It folds up. It goes in your backpack. You can fly it. It's light. Now it is a little fragile, but by the looks of the Pro and the Zoom, that gimbal's still pretty fragile looking. It might not be. Actually, I take that back. It looks pretty stout. But I don't know that the Mavic 2 is that much of an improvement. But I'm anxious to see the APAS, so I'll probably get it just to play around with that. But honestly, I don't ever fly around obstacles, so we'll see what happens. So let's go back and watch some more of this.
Cool. Thank you.
I totally cut that guy off, and I apologize, but I really wasn't interested in that.
Thank you again, Jimmy. It's incredible to hear how a top pro like Jimmy has already used Mavic 2 to capture some stunning scenes. And I think I have to add Greenland to my list of top travel destinations. It's just incredible. I'm so excited about the Mavic 2 series. As Jimmy showed us, these new drones are going to empower you to capture creative perspectives in entirely new ways. And they come with some great accessories to help make your flying experience even better. I'm happy to tell you that we've unbundled what was previously known as the Fly More combo. Now, at any time, you can decide to buy the Fly More kit.
Nice.
It includes
That's a great idea.
Batteries, a multi-battery charging hub, a car charger, extra propellers, and a travel bag to hold it all. Available for $319, saving you $145 if you had purchased all those accessories separately. And for additional
$319. So
we're making DJI Care Refresh available for Mavic 2 as well.
For almost
Care
$2,000,
Refresh
you can have the Fly More
warranty
package.
program, and it provides up to 2 replacements for a small additional charge, giving you more peace of mind every time you fly. And in the coming months, our customer service team will introduce a gimbal and camera replacement service so that you can switch the camera on the drone without having to buy an entirely new one. And for the first time, we're introducing DJI Trade Up, a technology trade-in program that lets you exchange used DJI gear and other electronics to receive credit in the DJI online store toward a new purchase.
Oh.
This program is available in the United States and China, and it's the perfect incentive for current DJI users to upgrade your gear.
That's a good program. I like
Now,
that.
For the information I know you've all been waiting for. Both of these products and their accessories will be available on DJI.com and from authorized DJI resellers around the world. Mavic 2 Zoom will retail for $1,249. Mavic 2 Pro for $1,449.
That's expensive.
Now, for those of you who were following the headlines leading up to today's event,
This was $999 when I bought it. The Mavic 2, or the original Mavic Pro.
I'm excited to tell you that you won't have to wait long to get your Mavic 2.
Thank God.
because we've used this extra time to make it available now. If you purchase on DJI.com, Mavic 2 will ship right away. It's a first for DJI, and we hope it was worth the wait.
We'll see.
We're incredibly excited about these products. We can't wait for you to get them in the air and see what you create. As with many of our products, they're used in positive ways that we could have never imagined. To save lives in some of the harshest environments known to man, to strengthen conservation and research efforts across the globe, and to perform industrial work like inspections. DJI's technology has enabled a new kind of work around the globe that has created companies and added thousands of new jobs. In fact, the FAA estimates that there's over 100,000 commercial drone pilots in the US alone. And based on what we see in other markets, we can safely say that there's hundreds of thousands of commercial drone pilots around the world using drone technology for work. This thriving ecosystem is one to watch, and we'll be celebrating it at our annual commercial drone conference called Airworks later this year. So if you use your DJI drone for work and you want to learn more about this industry, I look forward to seeing you there. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you again for joining us. We're going to end by showing a short video. All of the footage was shot on Mavic 2, and it's absolutely breathtaking. We hope it inspires you to create in new ways and to see the bigger picture. And for those of you here with us today in Brooklyn after this video is done, I invite you to come next door where you'll be able to get hands-on with the Mavic 2 series, see it in action, capturing some beautiful photos and videos of the Manhattan skyline. Thank you again for coming, and have a great day.
We cast these images. This is where we are. As empires rise and fall, we are attempting to survive our time so we may live into yours. On this endless road, we take a moment to reflect, sharing with you a celebration of our goodwill in a vast and awesome universe. A lens into our vision for the future.
Alright guys, so that was it. So what do you guys think? Are you gonna buy the new sorry. Are you gonna buy the new DJI Mavic 2 Zoom or the Mavic 2 Pro? I feel like the Mavic 2 Zoom is just the Mavic Pro with... I think in 2 years, I'm surprised that that's all they did to it, to be honest. Because the Mavic Air was something completely new and fresh, and then...
At DJI.
Alright, we're gonna... So, I don't feel like they did much to it. And maybe that's because I've been flying the Paradinafi for the last 2 months, and you know, it kind of does everything this thing does. So, yes, the quality is better, but it's also twice as much. And I don't know how you guys feel about that. I don't know if you have to have the best. Like, do you have to have a Ford F-150 to drive around all the time, which most of the time is kind of annoying to drive around, but when you need to haul boulders or drive a tree around, you can do it? Or is a little Nissan Frontier good enough? You know, to purchase a grill at Home Depot and stick it in and drive it home. So I don't know how I feel about this, guys. I'm kind of a casual drone flyer. Like, I fly on my lunch break every once in a while, So I'm not using it as professional gear, and if I was going to use something professionally, I would get something better than this, to be honest. I think the Pro looks cool, but I think probably getting the Phantom would be better. You know, if you're gonna spend this much money on a drone, get the Phantom. Don't get the Mavic Pro. And it saddens me, guys, because I loved my Mavic Pro when I got it. It was the best drone I ever had until the Mavic Air came out, and I love the Mavic Air. And then Paradanafi does some extra things that the Mavic Air doesn't do. So I like that drone too. But I don't think and maybe it's because I don't care about APAS. I really don't care. Like I don't fly dangerously with my. I don't fly $1,000 into a tree. Is what I don't do. I don't, try to attack birds with my drone or anything stupid like that. So APAS is not that big of a deal for me. I don't want to. I don't know if you saw the video of the APAS presentation where the guy is like running through the woods, and hopefully the video was presented in such a way that it showed you that there were trees in front of you. Maybe that's the whole purpose of the video. But what I was looking at was the jogger in the foreground that was not in the shot very well at all. And I think to kind of prove my point, Casey Neistat did a video, and I forget what the name of the drone is, but there's a drone out there that's very, very expensive that has an Intel computer in it that has cameras all around it, and it basically just flies itself. But Casey Neistat, when he was talking about it, he was like, it's kind of, even though that it's cool that it avoids obstacles, but the video result was crappy because the camera the camera is not held stable at all. Okay? And when it comes down to it, you really want a good video. You want to end up with a good video. So I don't know how I feel about APAS. And I'm past the point where I can fly my drone without crashing it. Like, I've learned how to not crash into things. But I mean, if I was a mountain climber or something like that, which all of us are, then it would be cool to have. But as the normal Joe consumer that just wants to throw his drone up in the air at the park, there's a handful of drones that are half this price that will record 4K video and do a great job. So hope you guys like this video. I'll probably get some haters on it, but yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and peace out, guys. Whee!